guys, Audrey from The Real Talk here, and today I am going to be going over my Blu-ray and DVD collection. I had been wanting to do this video for a long time, and I had been going back and forth with John about if I should do it or not, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it. It seems like a fun idea, and his video on his collection did really well, and I know you guys enjoyed that video as well, and if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. But it's safe to say that John's collection has definitely surpassed my own. I think when we barely started the channel, I maybe had a little bit more than him, but now I think he definitely has more. He's been going all out with his movies. But yeah, I do have both Blu-rays and DVDs, and I still use all of them. But yeah, let's just get started because I do have quite a bit. I'm just gonna grab, stacks. And I was thinking, where am I gonna stack all of these? But we'll figure it out as we go. So, let's see, what's the first one we got here? First one we have is 300. I mean, I love this movie. It's 300, come on now. And then I have this Marilyn Monroe collection. I love Marilyn Monroe. This one has Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, How to Marry a Millionaire, The 7-Year Itch, and There's No Business Like Show Business. My favorite out of the whole collection is definitely Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with Jane Russell. So I thought this was a really cool collection just to have all her movies. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, goodie. The Family Stone. I've talked about this movie several times on the channel. It didn't get a lot of buzz and a lot of people didn't like it. I think it's an absolute great movie to watch during the holidays in general, I think, and it has a really good cast. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely look into it. And then I have Princess Mononoke. This is my only Studio Ghibli film that I have, and I really, really like it. Dallas Buyers Club. Like Crazy. This is one of my favorite rom-com movies ever. I think this was my first introduction to Felicity Jones, I believe. She's amazing in it, and so is Anton Yelchin. But yeah, if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it as well. And then The Jungle Book. Random as fuck. Let's see. What else we got here? We got Paper Hearts with Charlene Yi and Michael Cera. This is a really cute movie. It's also really indie. A lot of people don't know about it, but it's so good. Really feel-good movie. Definitely check that out. Pretty Woman. I know, it's random, but yeah. And I'm telling you guys, some of these movies that you guys are going to be like, what the fuck? What's she thinking? But, I mean, it's my collection. Everyone has their own preferences. And then I have this pack of John Wayne classics. It has The Searchers and Rio Bravo. Of course, my favorite is The Searchers, and if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. Especially if you're a Western fan, but I think if you're a film fan in general, that movie is really a pillar in the foundation for filmmaking. But I can go into that. But anyways, check that out. Crazy Stupid Love. Sweeney Todd. And I already went over that one. The Lion King. I mean, come on, it's The Lion King. The Evil Dead. I should probably get another copy because this one's really beat up. I've had this copy since I was probably 14 years old. And I mean, it still plays and I watch it all the time and it's still in good shape. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get another copy soon, or maybe I'll get it on Blu-ray or something, Hocus Pocus. Juno. Pretty in Pink. And if you know me or you've been on the channel, you know that this is one of my favorite, if not on my list of top movies of all time. It's my favorite 80s movie. I mean, come on now. John Hughes is just great. The Little Mermaid. Sleeping Beauty. And then we got Halloween. And And we have this double feature from Clint Eastwood. This one has The Outlaw Josie Wales and Pale Rider. My favorite is by far Outlaw Josie Wales. We're kind of making a dent. Kind of, sort of. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I love Pee-wee Herman. I know he's kind of controversial, but I fucking love him. I'm a big Mel Brooks fan as well. Blazing Saddles is a must. Beetlejuice, Tim Burton fan, right here. Love him. Come on, classic. We have The Haunting. This movie, okay, if you like scary movies, if you like horror movies, this is a definite must for you to see. I believe this was made in, I want to say 1959, maybe 61. I'm not sure. I know it's between those periods, but it still scares the shit out of me when I see it to this day. It has some crazy scenes where I'm just like, mind blown. But yeah, if you're a horror fan, film fan in general, check out The Haunting. And then I have Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. One of the greatest movies, I think, all time as well. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I feel like I keep repeating that. And I feel like it's going to sound biased, like, oh, if I have this movie, like, you should be watching it. And it's not that. It's just, like, I really think they're good movies. Silver Linings Playbook. The Conjuring. And Capote. Dang, I got this for... What does it say right there? $1.99. That's a steal. I am a sucker for like deals. Like, I don't really care. I know this probably sounds horrible to some people that are like, oh, I could never buy a used movie. I honestly, if it plays and it's in good shape, all for it. And I'm always on the lookout, like when I go to Goodwills or thrift stores or anything. I always skim the DVD collections because I found some really good movies for like $1, $2. And I mean, you can't beat that. And then last but not least, I have Alice. I am a huge Alice in Wonderland fan. That's my favorite Disney movie of all time. Yes, besides The Lion King and all that, I love Alice in Wonderland. It's my favorite. And I try and collect as much as I can related to Alice in Wonderland. I have a lot of the books, different editions by different artists, all that. And this adaptation of Alice is insanely creepy. If you haven't seen it, it's from a Czech animator, and he's fucking insane. It took me a minute to find a copy of this, but I'm happy that I did, and I have it in my collection because I remember watching this when I was probably 8 years old. My aunt put it on for me, and I was completely terrified, but I just remember loving every minute of it. So if you are a fan of just creepy shit in general, you would probably dig this. Also, if you've been on the channel, you will have already heard me say that this is one of my favorite movies too, Night at the Roxbury. I love this movie. I watch it all the time. It's a definite must in my collection. I am a child of the 90s, so, you know, sue me. Wrist Cutters. This is also a favorite of mine. Me and John really enjoy this movie. It sucks because they don't have it on Blu-ray, so I have the DVD as well, but it's a really good movie. Definitely check it out. The Edge of 17. This is one of my newer ones, you can tell. Dang, I'm running out of places to put this, y'all. Pulp Fiction. It Happened One Night. This is my favorite Clark Gable film. It's so cute, so romantic, such a classic movie. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's great. If you haven't seen it, you already know what to do. Whew, I don't know where I'm going to put all the rest of these movies. Okay, and then Freaks. Another one of my favorites. I've talked about it on the channel as well. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Benny and June, or Benny June. I thought it was Benny and June. Oh, no, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's Benny and June. Harold and Maude. This movie, also favorite of mine. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. Cat Stevens does the soundtrack. I mean, I don't need to say any more than that. That's a reason in itself to watch it for sure. Poltergeist. and Perks of Being a Wallflower. Interview with the Vampire, also one of my favorites. I've talked about it all the time. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Christian Slater, all the good ones in one film. I mean, yes. Coco Before Chanel. This is actually a French film with Audrey Tautou. I don't know how to say her last name. But it's a really beautiful film, story of Chanel, and I absolutely love it. We have the Rocky Horror Picture Show, also one of my all-time favorites. I've had this copy also since I was a teen. Want to say probably around the same age, 13 or 14, and it is still in really good condition. I should probably get the Blu-ray because sometimes I see some really cool covers for it and I'm really tempted to buy it. But I'm like, the one that I have is still good, so. But I should probably do that. Suspiria, one of my favorites. We actually had a remake of that. We made it a little movie. Young Frankenstein. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Howard the Duck. This is probably one of the movies that people are like, what the fuck? But this is, I mean, it's just a cult classic, and I actually really enjoy it. Awakenings, Robert De Niro, Robin Williams, great. Hang 'em High, I still haven't even, this is one of the ones that I had to replace because it got lost, and I just bought it and I haven't even opened it, but I'm really excited that I have it all brand new and shiny. One of my favorites too. Psycho and Control. If you haven't seen this movie and you're a Joy Division fan, I am a huge Joy Division fan and Ian Curtis fan. I even have, it's one of my tattoos. Yeah. I'm a huge fan, and this is one of my favorite adaptations. I think it's so good from everything that I've read, because I've read several biographies on the band and on Ian, and this one just is an amazing, amazing movie. Alright, so that's it for my DVD shelf. I guess now we can move on to the Blu-rays. I'm gonna put them back because it's just a mess. So give me a second. Alright, so I got them back on the shelf, and now we're gonna go on to our Blu-ray. So I'm just gonna move Yusa to this top shelf. Alright, Blu-rays I think are a little bit easier because they're smaller. But yeah, let's see what we got. First one, The Exorcist, Little Miss Sunshine, Zootopia. This is actually has been one of the more recent animated movies that I've liked, because recently I just haven't been into the whole animated Disney, Pixar, but this is actually one of the ones that I enjoyed. I thought it was quite funny and clever. Fight Club, a little favorite of my co-host on the Real Talk. Tombstone, love this movie, one of my favorites. The Beguiled, actually Sofia Coppola made a remake on this as well, and I still haven't seen it, which is mind-blowing because it was one of my most anticipated movies, I believe, of last year, and I still haven't gotten around to watching it. I definitely want to watch it, but I really enjoyed the Clint Eastwood one as well. 3:10 to Yuma, Donnie Darko, and just because they're not open doesn't mean I haven't seen the movie. It's just I think they have this streaming, I want to say on Netflix. I'm not sure. I could be totally making this up, but I know it was streaming somewhere. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. And then I have Dark Shadows, my least favorite Tim Burton film, but like I said, I'm a fan of his, and it's one of those things where I'm like, damn, like he's my homeboy, so I have to support him with whatever he puts out, the good and the bad. But yeah, I have it. The Godfather, The Breakfast Club, 30th Anniversary Edition. What? My favorite. Well, one of my favorites. American Hustle. Also, I bought this used, $4.99 at, I want to say I bought this at Entertainment. That's fucking insane. Holy crap. Entertainment was my shit back in the day. Watchmen. And then I have this Batman collection that has the first 4. I really, really enjoyed this collection. I thought it was pretty cool. Alien. Coraline. American Psycho. A Ghost Story. Man, this glare is just not helping me. The Dark Crystal. We have Edward Scissorhands. Lost in Translation. Empire Records. Call Me By Your Name. I have watched the shit out of this DVD or Blu-ray. I mean, I love that film. Taxi Driver. The Birdcage. The Nightmare Before Christmas. It. Led Zeppelin, The Song Remains the Same. This is like, it's not an actual movie. It's more like a concert / movie, I guess. But if you're a Led Zeppelin fan, this is great. I think it's one of their best performances of all time. Definitely is a must for any Led Zeppelin fan. The Wizard of Oz. Batman, The Killing Joke. And Purple Rain, the 80s Rewind edition. I actually watched this recently. I want to say probably 2 days ago. And I'm just like, man, this is such a fucking good movie. Like, I really enjoy it. If you're a Prince fan, I think it's just that much more entertaining. But if you're not a Prince fan, then I could possibly see why you'd be like, what the fuck? But, I mean, the soundtrack. Oh, it's so good. Big Eyes. Frank and Weenie. I'm telling you, my homeboy. And Django. So, let's see what else we got. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. I'm just trying to, like, grab these because they're, like, falling. We're almost done. Okay. Star Wars The Force Awakens. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The Revenant. Man, you can't even... The glare is really bad. I'm sorry, you guys. The Witch. I think this cover is so dope. Like, look at that. It's pretty fucking sick. Melancholia. Lars von Trier is also one of my favorite directors. And like I said, if you've been on the channel, then you know that I really enjoy this movie. One of my favorites from him. And A Clockwork Orange. This is by far my favorite Stanley Kubrick film, and I can say that without a doubt. I love this movie, and this one in particular is really cool. It has this, like, it comes with this really neat little book, and it just has, like, a little bit of, like, info about the movie. I really like it. It's my favorite. Silence of the Lambs, which I finally got John to watch. We also have a review on that. Check it out if you haven't already. Reservoir Dogs. And, oh, okay, cool. Now, moving on to, Criterion. I don't have many Criterion films because if you know anything about Criterion, you know that they are extremely expensive. And the only time that I can afford it is if I buy it when they're on sale or if I get them used. And, but yeah, Criterion is expensive, but it's totally worth it, I think. So the first one that I have here is The Royal Tenenbaums. This is my favorite Wes Anderson film, and as you can see, I got this used as well. I actually picked this up when I was in LA this past year, but I thought this was such a beautiful, the artwork is just gorgeous. I thought it was great, and it was a great steal. But yeah, this is my favorite Wes Anderson film for sure. I also picked up Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I thought I have this movie in DVD, I believe, somewhere, rummaging. But I wanted another copy because the one that I have doesn't have the cover. So I wanted the one with the full cover, and I think this one is amazing. The artwork is super cool. Love it. And then I have Blue is the Warmest Color, which I'm still trying to convince John to watch. hopefully he watches it soon. One of my favorite films as well. It's a beautiful film. I think everyone would enjoy. And then I have another Lars film, which is Antichrist, and this is also one of my tops from him. Between this one and Melancholia, they're my favorites. So yeah, that's it that I have for Criterion. And then last but not least, I have these box sets. I have Star Wars, and this comes with A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. I want to get the other half, but my my favorites are in this one, so I just decided I would get this one first and then get the other one. And then I have Harry Potter. I got this for a steal, and I absolutely love it because it has all the films. I think it's amazing. I got it for a great deal, so this is one of my favorites. And then, last but not least, I have The Addams Family. Oh, shit. This is the TV series, obviously not the movie. I love The Addams Family, and I'm really excited because I believe it's going to get rebooted soon. But, yeah, I'm a big fan of the actual show. So this was a definite must for me. So that was it, you guys. That was my whole collection. It didn't take as long as I thought. It did take a little bit longer, but yeah. And I know my collection is not the biggest. There's people out there that have way more than I do, you know. But for me, I kind of try and live by the less is more attitude and quality over quantity. I really want to handpick the movies that I buy from now on to movies that I just really, really enjoy and want to have in my collection. I don't want to just buy every movie ever made. That's not my goal. My goal is to just have a very curated collection of movies that I consider to be my favorites and that I would want in the physical copy. But I do plan on buying more movies. I mean, I like to have the actual physical copy of the film. And I have like another case of like those CD cases full of movies as well, but they don't have the slips on them. So a lot of movies that I didn't show here, I do have in my collection, but they just don't have the cover because I moved around a bit and the covers got kind of lost in the process, which is a real bummer. So I'm in the process of kind of buying the ones that I really, really want to have the full copy again. But yeah, so that was it. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what your collection looks like, what number you're at. Do you prefer to like have a smaller collection, or do you want to have every movie ever made? I want to know all of that in the comments down below. Also, we do have movie reviews coming out weekly, and we also have the podcast every week as well. So don't forget to subscribe for more movie related videos. And yeah, that's it for me, you guys. Until next time, bye.